You probably don't think twice about waves when you go to the beach. For the most part, they're nothing more than a nice background noise. However, Earth's waves can turn downright dangerous under the right conditions. Tsunamis and storms have the potential to create humongous waves that represent a serious threat to anyone who gets caught in its path. From 80-foot monsters to mega tsunamis, here are 10 of the biggest waves ever caught on camera. Surfing can be a fun, relaxing sport. That is, unless you decide to take on one of the biggest waves ever recorded, which is precisely what Brazilian surfer Rodrigo Coxa did in November of 2017 off the coast of Portugal. Numerous onlookers gaze on as Rodrigo surfs down the wave in an impressive fashion. You almost find yourself holding your breath while watching it in fear that a single misstep could result in serious injury or worse. Thankfully, Rodrigo made it to the end of the wave all right. Following this stunt, Rodrigo was awarded the record for biggest wave ever surfed by the Guinness Book of World Records. While others have claimed to surf larger waves, none have been confirmed, so this is a record he still holds to this day. One of the worst tsunamis in recorded history took place in 1958 off the coast of Alaska. On July 9th, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake took place off of Lituya Bay. It triggered a rock slide into the bay, resulting a massive displacement of water. What followed was a horrific mega tsunami that washed out trees in Alaska that were at an elevation of over 1,720 feet above sea level. This simulation gives you an idea on exactly what happened. Photographs from the time show just how badly the tsunami damaged the surrounding area. You can see on the side of the mountain just how many trees the tsunami took away. What's even more shocking is that photographs from today show that the damage has lingered. You can see how vegetation has remained vibrant on some parts of the bay, but on other parts, the greenery has still not yet fully recovered. Rightfully so. The mega tsunami changed the way experts looked at large wave events and how landslides impacted the severity of huge waves. Often referred to as the world's most dangerous wave, the Silver Dragon waves appear around China every year. Every spring when there's a full moon, the tides come into the Hangzhou Bay. People gather around for the annual Tide Watching Festival, with some traveling across the world to witness it. The danger comes from the fact that these waves run into various obstacles for surfers. They have to go around cement pilings and boats that can be in their path. The waves just keep coming, one after the other. It is a true test of endurance for surfers, to the point where it's recommended only trained professionals can go out into the water. In 2004, one of the most devastating tsunamis in recent memory occurred in the Indian Ocean. The day after Christmas, swarms of locals and tourists went to beaches in Sri Lanka, Indonesia, and Thailand for a day of relaxation. What they got was utter terror. It all started with a powerful 9.1 to 9.3 magnitude earthquake that occurred off the coast of Indonesia. The earthquake was so powerful, it caused the entire planet to vibrate as much as 0.4 inches, and sparked similar earthquakes as far away as Alaska. But the big threat was the tsunami that was about to occur. Due to poor warning systems, many had no idea exactly what was coming their way. At its peak, the waves reached over 100 feet in height, and some of them traveling faster than 500 miles per hour along the Indian Ocean. When they hit the shore, devastation followed. We won't go into too much detail since we've covered this topic before, but an event like this goes to show just how unprepared much of the world is for a sudden tectonic event and the powerful waves that can follow. Huge waves don't always make headlines. Sometimes you're riding along on a ship and suddenly a monster wave comes out of nowhere. That is precisely what happened to a ship west of Portugal. You see the ship just kind of going along at its own pace when it's lifted up into the air from the wave beneath it. But what goes up must come down, and this ship takes a particularly bad nosedive right into the sea. Water fills the ship's deck, and the video abruptly ends. It looks pretty violent, but you have to imagine that these ships are built to withstand it is a frightening thing. Remember Rodrigo Coxa from earlier in this video? He set a record in 2018 for surfing the largest wave of all time. Well, it turns out that someone else just may have beaten that record after all. British surfer Tom Butler claims to have beat that record by surfing a wave over 100 feet in height off the coast of Nazaré, Portugal. This accomplishment was particularly special for Butler. In 2015, he made headlines after surfing along this coast where he suffered a crash, resulting in bleeding from the ears and a lung injury. He returned to the spot to tackle the monster wave and came out on top. When he finished, he told reporters his mindset while going down it. He said, "Time kind of slows down. It's instinct, really. I was doing everything to hold my balance. That's when your training comes in. I do lots of gymnastics training to help me keep balanced. With such big waves becoming more commonplace around Portugal, it may not exactly be long until someone comes along and beats Butler's record." The Dropner wave was the first rogue wave to be identified at the Dropner platform in the North Sea, located off the coast of Norway. This was a freak wave that measured 84 feet in height. You get an idea of precisely what kind of monster this was in this video showing the wave beating against the oil rig.
Ein Monster heranrollt. So hoch und so steil, wie es die Wissenschaftler niemals für möglich hielten.
This wave is significant because prior to its forming, there was no instrument-recorded evidence that such rogue waves existed. There had only been anecdotal evidence thus far. A rogue wave, also known as a freak or abnormal wave, is an unusually large wave that comes out of nowhere and poses a significant risk to ocean liners. As opposed to huge waves that occur from tsunamis, rogue waves have no real explanation. They come out of nowhere and disappear just as fast. On May 13, 2013, Koa Rothman went into a liquid tunnel in the sea by Teahupu, Tahiti. You can see him gearing up as the wave grows in height. He's getting ready to pull off one heck of a stunt that is definitely not for novices.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
He rides the inside of the tunnel beautifully until the wave finally crashes down on him, but not before being greeted by a symphony of cheers. His stunt was entered into the 2014 Ride of the Year. While this wave may not be the biggest, the reason we included it is because Tahiti is typically home to some of the heaviest waves in the world, and just looking at how dense this one was, you can bet that crash did not feel so great. Crazy enough, there are plenty of people out there who hear a humongous wave is imminent and think to themselves, "Yup, I have to surf that." That was the case for one gentleman who needed some assistance getting to the top of a huge wave. Once he gets to the top, he begins to surf what can only be described as a monster of a wave. As the wave starts to crash in front of him, you can't help but assume he wiped out. Luckily, he re-emerges just a few seconds later and completes the ride. He survived the wave, and hopefully someone brought him a beer afterward for having nerves of steel. Let's end this video with a little history lesson. In December of 1969, surfer Greg Noll topped his career by riding along the biggest wave ever ridden. It quickly became the thing of legends, with reports indicating this particular wave was strong enough to destroy homes and uproot trees. Noll claimed he took this wave head-on, but the problem was that there was no real evidence supporting his claim. That is, until 2011, when this photograph emerged. It appears to show Greg Noll in fact taking on the wave like he claimed so many years ago. However, the photo did raise additional questions, such as whether it was truly as big as the legends told it to be. Many surfers choose to believe in the stories because it makes for an exciting mythology. While there are still people who choose to not believe Noll's story, you can't help but admit it's an entertaining story nonetheless. With every new year comes more crazy videos of Mother Nature showing off her immense power. These are just some of the biggest waves ever caught on camera. Who knows what will be captured in the future? If you want to see more videos like this, then leave us some video ideas in the comments down below. And also, let us know which clip was your favorite. With that said, thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next time.